I see the Varsity Blondes, so that means I have to care. Jay kidding. I was born for greatness.
All right, we are going live on the streaming platforms that are Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch.
I will do the retweets.
Twitch is there. Twitch is in.
Cyber Festival, full card announcement in 3 days. Won't get my hopes up for that.
All right. You ready? Ready to get into this, Scotty? On the streaming platforms that are
episode 39. How about
was that big groan you? Is that what that was?
I guess I yawned. I don't remember yawning. That was a yawn.
All right, let's do this. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Ring Post Radio. I am your host, Ryan Knightstein. With me, as always, is the now Death One Ear, Scotty Edwards. Scotty, how are you doing?
I wasn't ready for you to turn the volume up from like 5 to 50 in like 2 seconds, but that's exactly what you did. Now I can't hear. Otherwise, I'm doing pretty good. We're here on a Saturday.
Yeah,
that's weird.
Yeah,
but you know, it's what had to happen, and it's working out that way. Next week, we'll be back on Sundays, but today we get to pretty much talk about everything we were going to talk about anyway, just a day earlier. So it actually worked out perfectly, wrestling this week, which never ever happens. Thankfully, we didn't have a big show Saturday night. Now, if it was next week, we would have with the New Japan one. So everything's working in our favor.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, big show we have in store for us. Very exciting.
Well, it's the big show. Remember Paul White? No more BS.
Remember when he came in and wrestled like a couple matches and then just hasn't been seen ever again? Whatever happened to that
guy? They toss him on dark matches once in a while for the live crowds, which I think is funny.
Yeah, every once in a while you
the other day on Dark Elevation, where Takeshita faced Rhett Titus, your guy.
Mm-hmm. I watched that. You know, for a fact, I watched that match.
It was just a Big Show and Mark Henry Booth.
Yes,
without Excalibur, and I was like, "What?"
on purpose.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought they were actually not too bad. Big Show's getting a lot better. Like he is. I will give them both credit. They're very good at hyping up the wrestlers, aka Takeshita. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's the only match I watched. I promise you, I didn't watch the rest of Dark Elevation. But I thought that was interesting and good for them because I'm sure that's what they came to do, truthfully. So
yeah, it's nice to see progress, you know, and that's in a weird way. That's what AEW Dark is all about. It's not just for the wrestlers; it's apparently for the announcers as well. So good on Paul White. But yeah,
Excalibur could use a day off.
I know for a fact that he's just in the back, just giving them lines every once in a while. So it is what it is. But yes, we're here on Saturday. We'll be back next Sunday. We have a massive show today. I mean, do you want to talk about wrestling, or do you just want to keep talking about life? I mean, I'm going to a Ren Fair tomorrow. That's partly why we can't do it.
I'm working tomorrow.
Yeah, that's mainly why we can't do it. Is that Scotty's working? Which is you know, it should happen. Life happens. He works in the sports entertainment field.
I did not work for WWE.
He works in the entertainment sports field.
Before anyone just assumes that I somehow come on to a podcast and bash my employer, that is not what happens. It'd be pretty funny if it was, though.
Yeah, Scotty actually works for the NWA.
I would really be. I'd really be unworried about my job if that's what I did on a weekly basis. Just I'll just bash the company I work for instead of don't talk about them. And yeah, I actually work for the Jericho Appreciation Society. That's where sports entertainers are made. So
for 8 weeks, going on 8 weeks.
Yeah.
The Jericho Appreciation Society.
But let's talk about wrestling because we have a lot of things to talk about.
Yeah, we got Stardom, Fukuoka Goddess Festival. That's what the show was called. Happening.
Sure was.
WrestleMania Backlash is happening tomorrow. For a premium live event.
I feel like we haven't talked about WWE in months.
No, not unless something bad happens.
Oh yeah, not unless this releases, but like that's expected.
Sadly, it is expected. We're looking way ahead to New Japan Capital Collision next week, along with the beginning of the Best of Super Juniors, and give a little thoughts on that. And of course, the AEW Owen Hart tournament. We talking about that a little preview.
Plural.
Scheme. Yeah, tournaments. It is singular, the Owen Hart tournament, but it is 2 tournaments.
Yeah. So, no, you were correct. I was like, there are tournaments to be excited about. It's tournament season, baby. Who doesn't love them some tournaments?
Yeah, baby. We're getting there. We're getting there.
You know, I don't want anyone to get confused with Terminus. No one actually loves Terminus. People love tournaments.
Yeah, don't know what's happening with Terminus. Remember when we were remember when everyone on the globe was like super hyped about East Coast PWG?
I don't know what the globe.
Everyone in Thailand.
I know for a fact. You hyped me up, so I got hyped up. No, but now we have Garden State Wrestling, which is actually PWG. So, shout out to them.
I'm really excited about Garden State Wrestling. I'm really excited to see how that show turns out.
I'm seeing Takeshita versus Josh Alexander.
Wait, are you going? Are you going there live?
Yeah.
Ooh,
yeah. The day Miyu Yamashita was announced, I bought a ticket.
And then Takeshita.
And then they announced Takeshita.
Takeshita versus Josh.
And I was
Alexander.
like, oh shit.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, they gave me a real main event. Ooh, baby. And there's a tournament happening. And Yamashita doesn't have an opponent yet.
For the champion, for the first champion. That's a must-see show.
Yeah, very exciting.
That's a must-see
It is. Sure. It is. And they're announcing their streaming deal soon, like where they'll be streaming on. So either Fight TV or IWTV, I'm sure.
Yeah, I know nothing about Garden State Wrestling, but it just suddenly like popped up on Twitter. And I'm like, what is this company? They have similar like font design and everything to like Prestige and all those people. So I was like, I wonder if they're connected, but it's just font, so who knows? And then it's like, oh, they're getting like Prestige level talent. I don't know, maybe. But they're freaking these shows are looking great. Looking real prime. Let me see if they have announced any other matches. I'll get to this real quick. But of course, they haven't. Of course not.
I check like weekly. Yeah.
Well, let's get into it. Let's get into the actual proper show then. We got some news. Big news, probably coming out of America, was that Forbidden Door AEW New Japan show sold out. 14,000 tickets sold.
Wow.
What do you mean?
Yeah. Yes and no. I mean, it's sold out, but there's about a couple thousand tickets on sale right now for,
resale.
My fucking right and left arm.
Those tickets have been sold though. They have been.
Yeah, no, there's a categorically
sold. 14,000 sold. So get ready for the. It's just it's crazy to me, right? It's crazy to me that any single person in wrestling media was thinking this show would not sell out. They sold out.
Forbes guy doesn't count.
Forbes guy's a fucking moron. I'll say it very, like 10 minutes into the show. Freaking moron. And they sold at the United Center on the rumor of CM Punk. Of course they were going to sell out this show. Unbelievable. Great job on them. 100%. I feel like they could easily do another bigger show somewhere down the line.
They could just put an ass card together now.
That's the thing. No cards. No wrestler announced. Just there's kind of this rumor of like the main event being Punk versus Okada. That's basically all that we have. So
I still think that might be for the AEW World Title, not the IWGP World Title.
I think it's going to be for the IWTV title. I think that's what they're
IWTV.
Yeah. Why not?
Damn, that'd be a real shock. That would change the world.
Oh yeah, it would be massive. Well, what do you think? Do you have any thoughts about AEW? Like any thoughts about the reaction, whether or not they're going to sell out, and where do you think they can go from here now that they have sold out?
Well, it's not really shocking anymore now, is it? I mean, you kind of expect these things from AEW, especially in Chicago. My interest level now is where do they put All Out? Because I don't think you can go back to Chicago. I don't because one, you want to keep that market as fresh as you can. I know they go there a couple times a year. But you're also kind of taking away from other fans in other places when you keep doing all these pay-per-views there. Don't get me wrong. This pay-per-view should only be in Chicago to start, I think. United Center, you're going to have a hot crowd, hot fan. But for All Out, you shouldn't go back to the Sears Center after you did a pay-per-view at the United Center 2 months before. Like, that's my whole thing. And you're not going to go back-to-back United Center either. So for me, I'm wondering what they do with that. I saw some people bring up Arthur Ashe for that pay-per-view. I was like, that would be great. That was a great venue. So that intrigues me. But the other part that intrigues me following the sellout is, does this lead to an annual show between these two companies? I think so. I think as long as this is a success, which already is before the show even started, already is a success. You make this an annual show for people to look forward to. And maybe this is your annual. I don't think you need to put in Chicago, but you definitely need to put this type of show in the biggest wrestling markets in the country. And I do wonder if this could. I think we'll definitely get a Japan Super Show between these two companies eventually, and it's exciting. It's exciting because everything about this pay-per-view being a success means more to come. It means more to come with this type of stuff, and that's really all you can ask for, because that's the excitement of being a pro wrestling fan, is that you get these cool shows, these cool moments. I do hope that they go in on the card. I mean, a lot of their preview for the AEW's preview for it has been Bryan Danielson. Like, he has been like the main video that they continuously share talking about the New Japan show. And I mean, he's the one I think a lot of people have their eyes on. Does that could be where we leap off from in terms of Danielson in New Japan, and I think that's exciting. There's so much excitement to this card that if you aren't excited for it, I really do feel bad for you, because that's the point of being a wrestling fan. It's to be excited for these big shows.
Oh, 100%. And by the way, Scotty, you want to try? You're not cutting in and out. You're just getting real glitchy soundy. So do you want to try to leave the Zoom and come back in?
Yeah, sure.
Let me get rid of this display capture so it's a little bit easier on the eyes. Oh wait, no, I need that part. There we go. Hey, it's me. It's just me here. So I totally agree. The fact that it's sold out, the fact that Forbidden Door is sold out, 100% to me means that we're gonna have more shows down the line. It would be foolish for anyone to be like, oh yeah, we're not gonna have more shows down the line.
What about now?
You're sounding good so far. You did say something that was very intriguing to me, Scotty, and that was the idea of doing a show in Japan as a Forbidden Door show, which I didn't think about, but that is a wild thought. That is a wild thought, to be able to just like, hey, let's do the show over here, and then AEW sends a bunch of talent over. I have never thought about that, but I think I mean, there's no reason not to do more of these shows. It was highly profitable for AEW, highly profitable for New Japan. I mean, for New Japan, this would probably be their fucking biggest gate in America since Madison Square Garden.
That's a guarantee.
Yeah, so I think that it's 100% can do it. And like I said before, I think they can totally do a bigger show in a bigger arena, a 20,000 seater, 25,000, 30,000 seater. I don't know. Like I said,
I think you could have done. I think in time you could do a stadium baseball field probably.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Let's do it. Let's go to Atlanta and do the Brave Stadium.
I mean, truthfully, I think you can do I think AEW could do a baseball field now.
Yeah.
But with Dynamite and Rampage and all their shows being on New Japan World now, I think that's kind of the beginning of building to a show in Japan to really get eyes on their product, because you have guys like El Desperado, Shingo Takagi really talking up the shows itself when they're doing commentary, but they're talking up the wrestler and be like, I want to wrestle that guy. And, that's good to see. That's good to trade back and forth, because in time, these matches are probably going to happen now.
Plus, if they do a baseball stadium show, they can do AEW versus New Japan stadium stampede. And that would just be fun.
Or you can call it Wrestle Grand Slam.
You could. You
got these names already working.
Yeah, that is true. Let's move on to speaking of Japan. Let's talk about Japan. This was also the big story that came out of this week, and that was revolving Noah, everyone's favorite promotion. I don't know. I really enjoy Noah. I really enjoy watching Noah. They've got a lot of great young talent. I do have a soft spot for Fujita. Just get him out of my world title picture. But you cannot deny the fact that this company is consistently shooting itself in the foot. It was announced that the Samoa Joe, who's out as Booker, not only a talent, people thought it maybe was just talent. No, he's out as the Booker altogether. He's bringing all of his Perros Del Mal people with him, and they're putting in Kendo Kashin as the new Booker. So there's some thoughts there. Obviously, a lot of people are kind of considering the Samoa Joe as the fall guy in this situation, kind of saying that Kendo Kashin has a even better relationship to Muto than Rongai ever did, which, this kind of goes into the whole thing of like Fujita, Muto, Rongai at the time, Kendo Kashin, all these people, nothing's really going to change probably. They just kind of put the fall guy on Nosawa. So, Scotty, what do you think about the whole Noah situation here?
I think it's just fucking atrocious. Like, I can't get myself to care as much as other people now. Like, we went through the first wave of this with like Fujita winning, which didn't bother me as much as other people, but the way he did it, just kind of running over Nakajima is what bothered me. Him being champion didn't bother me. It was the way he won the title that bothered me. And it was the way that he was probably going to go through the rest of the roster that bothered me. And, them changing bookers is whatever. I'm going to pick and choose now when it comes to Noah, what I watch. I was pretty much doing that anyways, but I'm going to be even more specific in what I want to watch from this product, because listen, I don't need to say Keiji Muto in singles matches. I don't. I think he works perfectly well. I think he works well in tag team matches. But I do not need to see him in singles matches. Fujita, credit to him. At least he's good. Like, he can have good matches still, singles wise. But it's, we say these things about the bookers, but in the end, it's about the wrestlers who don't want to let other people get over. It's
Muto, it's Fujita, it's Suzuki.
Yeah, like, we can say all we want about these guys, but in the end, it's them that have the power. It doesn't matter who's on top. It really doesn't. As we saw with Muto, as we saw with Fujita. So it's just like, I can't, this news doesn't affect me as much because of that fact. It
doesn't change anything. It's window dressing. It doesn't change a single thing.
Like you need someone on top that enjoys and loves Noah. And I'm not saying Go Shiozaki's your answer, but like he's often the answer to help save Noah.
I have been told once or twice that he is Noah. So
he is Noah, and we are Noah. Well, I'm not, but that's what he's been saying.
I try to be Noah.
Listen. Kazuchika Nakajima got pinned by Michael Elgin this week, so Noah's just fucking non-existent to me at the moment.
Yeah, the current plan seems to be that we're bringing in Kojima and everything, but all signs are sort of pointing to Kojima defeating Go Shiozaki to win the title, and then the big Budokan show being Kojima versus Muto for the title, for the Triple Crown, for the everything, because they're the only active Triple Crown like Grand Slam people. So that's where all signs are.
If Kojima won,
yeah, assuming Kojima wins, then they will be the only active Grand Slam Japanese wrestlers there.
That's so funny.
What's that?
People get mad at like how Kojima's kind of handled in New Japan because he could do a lot more than what he usually does, right? but Noah only pushes their old people, so it's like, which one do you want? Because you can't have both. You can't have like a company that pushes both young guys, still respects. Well, they still respect Nagata and Kojima, but they don't put them in main spots like they could. Like they could put them in title matches and no one would bat an eye. It's always gives me a good laugh because it's like, who cares? I can't get myself to care. I'm gonna watch Dragon Gate now. I have found my new way.
There we go. We're gonna convert ourselves from Noah to Dragon Gate. We can start that process.
It was a good start. Great pay-per-view.
With Dead or Alive. Usually, Dead or Alive is always a pretty good pay-per-view.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they often miss on their shows, but they're really good. And now they have their tournament coming up, so good time to jump in.
Contract news, of course. We got confirmation from Stu Grayson saying that he is out of AEW, did not renew his contract. Willie Mack announced that he is now a free agent. He is no longer signed to Impact. And Candace LeRae, NXT wrestler there, has also become a free agent, no longer in WWE's thing. Her contract has expired. So
lots of free agents.
Lots of free agents. Thoughts on any of those three people, Scotty? I'll start. Willie Mack, very interesting. I don't expect the world. I don't think he's going to be getting any sort of like AEW, WWE contract or anything.
New Japan, baby.
I think sadly the time has passed. He is doing some strong stuff, which is cool. I can see him doing, maybe like MLW, like some of those like bigger show kind of things if he really wanted to, but maybe doing a lot of AAA, maybe working a lot of Mexico stuff. Because he has always done stuff like that with Lucha Vavoom and stuff like other shows like Lucha Underground. So I could see, him just kind of bouncing around. I've always liked Willie Mack. I just think that, he's now at the point where he was about to go to WWE, and then I forget what it was, but just something pulled him aside where he could not go to that make the contract happen anymore. And now I think it's everything. He's kind of reached the point. He's reached the pinnacle. So I'm kind of disappointed in that, but it is what it is sometimes.
I think he's going to do really well for himself.
I agree.
I do. I think Impact wasn't going to push him above a certain level.
True.
Clearly, which is kind of a shame because I always thought he could have been a main event guy for them, and he just never really got that shot. And I think, starting off your indie run against Jeff Cobb, of all people, isn't a bad start either.
That's also true. Stu Grayson is the confirmation. We kind of heard rumblings of it. Very weird. And his tweet, can we talk about that tweet? Because I would like to read into it for a moment, if you allow me such the honor. So
you love reading into things.
I love reading into things and putting on my conspiracy cap and all that jazz. So he tweets out the confirmation, and on April 30th, my contract with AEW expired. Best of luck to everyone working for AEW, our great production medical team, and of course, every man and woman who steps into the ring. Into my Dark Order family, I hope the world will see what you are truly capable of. I don't know, man. I'm kind of just reading into that and being like, sort of that mixed with the BTE monologue from Stu Grayson complaining about, I love wrestling and all I'm doing is sitting and catering. That sort of, those things two mixed together, I can sort of see like this. Maybe there's this story of like Stu Grayson just kind of being frustrated and not wrestling, which, as a fan of Stu Grayson, I am agreeant. I am also confused. Why was he just sitting and catering? Why was he not wrestling anymore? Why are we pushing the Beaver Boys and not, Evil Uno and Stu Grayson?
Yeah, I never really understood how they didn't use Evil Uno and Stu Grayson in more tag title matches, like specifically tag title matches. One, because they're really good. They're really good as a team. We can all talk about how the Dark Order started off pretty suspect. It didn't click at the start.
Yeah.
But that shouldn't have just stopped them from ever being used. I mean, they're still a great tag team. And I understand John Silver got popular, so him and Alex Reynolds kind of became the tag team of it. But listen, they're not as good as Grayson and Evil Uno, and they never were. And
they're more over,
shocking.
I guess, right?
Yeah, I guess, but like, you let them have their matches, and we'll see who's more over by the end of that. You could have had them face the Young Bucks for the tag titles, or the Lucha Bros, or all these tag teams, and they just never did. And really, that's the shame of it all, because Stu Grayson's very good, especially in tag team wrestling. And now it's really weird because Evil Uno and him have been together forever, pretty much. Now they're apart. Evil Uno seemingly isn't going anywhere. He seems to be enjoying his time in AEW, obviously, because, he does the gaming stuff and all the other non-wrestling stuff. So it's kind of weird, but, good luck to Stu Grayson. I hope he finds success wherever he goes. I don't know where he's going to go besides just independence.
Yeah.
But good luck to him because he's a good talent.
Real good talent. But now, we kind of have this conversation in the Discord as well. Is just the idea of, what is kind of happening with Dark Order? There's not really anywhere they can go. We had one half of the Beaver Boys, John Silver, showing up and doing a little promo against CM Punk, randomly wrestling CM Punk. Silver is, and
they like to toss that Hangman relationship in there every so often.
But he's cutting a promo by himself, not wearing any sort of Dark Order garb, and none of the Dark Order members are with him. Maybe I'm reading into things. I don't know, but it's just like, what are the Dark Order besides, hey, Hangman's challenger needs some people to wrestle on the way to Hangman?
Yeah.
I mean, we can do a big faction war. Give me a faction. Andrade Family Office. We already did that with basically a Hardy Family Office. I
will say the Dark Order has been in a very tough situation, obviously.
Yeah.
For a while now. I mean, once Brody passed away, it was kind of like, well, we're not going to give them a new leader.
Yep.
Because of, respect reasons, but that
totally fair
hurt them ultimately. I mean, they needed a leader. They did. They didn't have the big star to push them forward. And I respect and understand what they did, but it put an expiration date on the Dark Order as a group, other than a Dark Elevation Dark group.
Because once the Hangman Adam Page storyline was over, it was just sort of like, all right, now what? That was their kind of quote unquote leader, in a way.
Yeah.
And it's what it is. And then Candace LeRae. Let's talk about Candace LeRae. Obviously, she hasn't been wrestling. Pregnancy is how it is there. It's interesting to see her go. I'm happy that she's going. I fully expect her to get signed by AEW. They've talked since the inception of the thing of the promotion that, oh yeah, we want Candice LeRae. That's our dream person. It was like the two people I remember them saying of who we want was Candice LeRae and Mayu Iwatani.
No, Kyrie. It was Kyrie.
And I've also heard Kyrie. I also heard Mayu.
They were
as well.
very much like they wanted to pluck Kyrie if they could.
Yeah. So it's just
Obviously,
like,
it didn't happen.
yeah, it's bring in. I fully expect to see her. When are we going to see her? That's a great question. But what do you think? What are the? Do you have any thoughts about Candice LeRae?
Obviously, Candace is a great name to have on your roster. Great potential champion as a babyface. She did a lot of great work. People say, "Oh, she never won a title in WWE." Blah blah blah. She did a lot of great work in WWE. I think that shouldn't be forgotten. She did a lot of really cool, entertaining things. She had some really great matches with Io Shirai, Shayna Baszler, so on and so forth. She won tag team titles with Indy Hartwell, which was cool. She, her and Johnny made that storyline that should have been awful work really well with Theory and
the family
Hartwell. Yeah, like they made the family thing work incredibly well. She's a jack of all trades. Really, that's what you get when you bring her in. She is. I mean, she's older than when AEW started, obviously. She's had a kid, but she's still Candice LeRae. Candice LeRae is one of the most successful, most popular indie wrestlers.
One of the best.
Yeah, one of the best. You're going to get a good wrestler, and I think she's obviously a must-add for them and their division. Not only can she help the division on screen, but obviously off screen as well. And I think that is just such an amazing ad. I mean, I think if she was there day one, she would have been the ace of the division. So bring her in now. Obviously, we don't know where she is in her road back to the ring. And, none of our business either. But there's obviously an opportunity this coming week for it to be now. So that's the exciting part. I'm excited for Candice LeRae. I've always been a big fan of hers. She had that great match all by herself against the Young Bucks once upon a time in PWG, all by herself. So, she can do anything. She can do whatever she wants when she steps in there. And I'm excited to see what she does because she is that talented.
And and now she's a free agent. Sort of, on an unrelated note, the AEW Women's Owen Hart Tournament will start this upcoming Wednesday. I
think if she signs, by the way, Johnny does too.
I don't know, man.
Eventually. I don't think they let both of them go. I understand like the situations like Keith Lee and Mia Yim, but I think there's a chance Johnny doesn't seem like he wants to wrestle right now. Like that's what I think's holding him back from doing anything. I really just don't think he's interested.
I've heard that Tony Khan doesn't really like him as a wrestler. That's what I've heard. And that doesn't surprise me if that's one of the reasons.
Okay, but Tony Khan liked Jay Lethal as a wrestler, so like I don't want to hear this.
Fair enough.
I could go at him in multiple ways if like we're gonna attack Johnny Gargano of all people.
Fair enough. Let's talk about the AEW Owen Hart tournament. We got the men's and women's tournament brackets officially announced. I have it right in front of me. Scotty, let's come up with our thoughts of who's going to win this damn thing, right?
Yeah.
So on the women's...
I looked at the fields and I was like, this is not at all how I would have drawn it up.
Very interesting brackets, especially the men's ones.
Good brackets though. I will say they're very good brackets. Like there's exciting matchups to start, but there's also very exciting potential matchups, which is cool.
Totally agree. Let's start off with the women's one, since we are kind of alluding to that already. On the left side, we have Toni Storm versus Jamie Hayter. That's kind of new about that for a very long time. Brit Baker versus the Joker. Riho versus Ruby Soho, and then Red Velvet versus Hikaru Shida. Who's gonna win that one? Who would ever win that one?
Yeah, Hikaru Shida is winning.
So let's talk about that. So I think that one's easy. Hikaru Shida winning. I think.
Shout out the baddies though, huh? I actually like them together. They're great.
What I was gonna say is that
even though it made no sense,
the idea of Shida, you could do the idea of Red Velvet winning and beating Shida as like an upset, but also like they use the baddies, and then Shida can go back and go for the TBS title.
Yeah.
That works. They could also just have Hikaru Shida beat Red Velvet clean, and then she'd be like, "Oh, I also want to go for the TBS title." So either way, I think this is all leading towards a Hikaru Shida versus Jade Cargill match.
I love Hikaru Shida, so I definitely want her to win.
Probably a Double or Nothing. Double or Nothing? That's the right one? Next one? I can't speak
Double
to
or Nothing is the next pay-per-view. Yeah, you just confuse the crap out of me. Yeah, but I think Shida wins. But I definitely see what you're saying. I can see a beatdown after the match that kind of hurts her down the line so that she can't perform at the highest level either.
Because if I recall correctly, the finals of it is happening at Double or Nothing, right?
Yes.
So if you want to put Shida into a TBS title match at Double or Nothing,
yeah,
have her getting beaten down and lose to the next person would be a good way to do that. That next person, Riho or Ruby Soho. Do you have any ideas?
It absolutely should be Riho. I think with the women's side more than anything, you should be going for the best possible matches rather than just the faces of the division. Riho is one of the faces of the division, and Hikaru Shida is too. So like it works both ways. But I think Riho should not lose. I feel like Riho, every time she's come back around, they've had her win like one big match and then lose the next big match, like instantly. I don't think they should do that here. I think she could have a finals run. I think she should have the finals run. She doesn't have to win, but she should have a finals run.
I do like the idea of her going all the way to the finals. Beating Soho, I think Soho can lose. I think that's totally fine. Riho versus Shida would be really cool. And then you got Riho winning to go into that. And then, you have Japanese representation in the finals, Japanese representation onto Double or Nothing. With all the
Owen Hart spent time in Japan, so like that's a cool little ode to do too.
Yeah, and I think that always also kind of ups her chances of winning. Especially with all these Asian American month things I saw, and I was like, oh yeah. Tony Khan he does it in the booking. I was like, well, let's see, Tony Khan, how much you going?
I welcome success from Riho. I mean, she just had the best AEW women's match in how long on Rampage? Like that was great. Her and Yuka really stole the show, I thought, for that show, especially, even though I thought the main event was really good. And the opening tag I thought was pretty good too. And Hook versus JD Drake. That shit was great. That was a great match.
Great Rampage. Probably one of the best Rampages in a while.
It was. But I think Riho with the new look and the new everything, even though there was a funny part on Rampage where Excalibur's like, oh, does this mean new attitude? And Jericho's like, she just likes black. She's still smiling.
Also, she still has pink in her attire. It's not like she's full on black.
I just thought it was so funny because I was like, that was the best thing Jericho's ever said on this damn commentary booth. It's just like, why is changing the color you wear just like, oh shit, she's a heel now. God damn it. I thought that was very funny. But yeah, I'm looking forward.
And then Jay Lethal came out in all black attire.
Yeah, of course. But I do think Riho and Shida would be a good matchup, but I could see Riho versus Red Velvet too. I think that'd be a good matchup too, actually.
That could be fine. I think
Red Velvet's pretty good.
We can admit Riho versus Shida would be better.
Well, obviously. You're talking to the Joshi guy here. I mean, come on.
That's fair. Well, okay, so we're both kind of in agreement. We're thinking Riho is...
I think Riho needs to win. I think she needs to win her first round match.
I agree. And I think she's a good chance of winning the whole thing. But let's talk about the left side. Toni Storm versus Jamie Hayter. They've been teasing this match for a very long time. Very excited for this match.
Their work in the tag match was really good. Like, they were the highlight. The only part that I'm sad about is Jamie Hayter's getting eliminated in the first round. This would have been my final. I would have had this be the final.
Yeah.
And the fact that they were like, yeah, we'll just do it the first round, which is fine. They're going to get a featured match on Dynamite, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought they, would have been a good featured match on pay-per-view.
I agree.
Do I want, if you ask me who I want to win compared to who I think is going to win, I'd love if Jamie Hayter won because I think she's ready to make that jump. And, the idea of her versus Brit, obviously forced instead of just kind of like, we're turning on each other. I think that would have been interesting. But Tony Storm's winning. Come on
now. Yeah, I think it's gonna be Tony Storm as well.
And I like what Tony's done since joining AEW. She looks refreshed.
Mm-hmm. I think there's a chance Jamie Hayter could win depending on the Joker, but I think ultimately it'll probably be Tony Storm.
Yeah, I could see Jamie win if the Joker is winning.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about that.
I can see Britt screw Tony. If you want to get another women's match on the pay-per-view, you could always put Tony and Britt on there because that's a big match.
That would be a big match, especially since it's not going to be the Owen Cup trophy.
Mm-hmm.
Could do that.
Yeah, I think that would work. I like that better.
Let's talk about this: the Brit Baker versus the Joker. I don't know. Can I say one thing? Why are we doing? Why can't it just be question mark? Can't it just be a mystery opponent? Why is it got to be the Joker?
Yeah, I don't
Joker
know
is specifically reserved. That verbiage is specifically reserved for the casino battle royal when everyone has cards and the mystery person's the Joker.
Maybe it's gonna be a clown.
So Psycho Clown is the Joker in the men's one.
Shit! Jeff Jarrett showed up. Joker. I mean, Candace Larae is obviously the number one on people's minds. Dakota Kai ain't happening, even though that'd be great because I think she is a must sign for them.
Plus, she has 30 days and she can't compete at all.
Yeah, well, that's what I meant. Athena's in question for sure. She would be a fun possibility, but I don't think so.
Nixon Newell. Is Nixon Newell available?
She is. That would be a cool one. I love me some Tegan Knox, Nixon Newell. I think she's great when she's, her knees are working.
Apparently they are. So I'll trust her if she says.
I'm ready for the shiniest wizard. I've missed the shiniest wizard.
It's been a while.
Let's see. Let me think real quick through my head. Who else is out there? I could see Deonna Purrazzo be a surprise and do that her versus Brit if you wanted to.
That would be awesome. I never thought about that, but that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
I doubt it.
I doubt it too. But if she was winning, I could see them do that. Gotta give her a win back after the main event this week. I don't think they're gonna do it, but just tossing names out there that are possibilities. Who else is out there? I think we probably got all the actual contenders for it.
Yeah, I'm looking for my list.
I'm just gonna toss this out here. I wouldn't be shocked if it was Mikey Ito. Her and Yamashita are coming over the States for the end of the month.
Mm-hmm.
Not yet, but they could if she wanted to come over early for kind of like a month extension. Obviously, if it's actually this match isn't even happening this week. It's happening either this week or next week. If it happens next week, it's possible.
Yeah, if it's happening, it would be on Rampage. But
right, so if they save it for the week after on Dynamite, because you're not going to do it on Rampage, you want it to be live. You want the surprise to be live.
Yeah.
So,
yep.
Akito, I think, could be a choice because that would be. Let me see the date. Because of course they're set for those prestige shows. That'd be the 18th. Yeah, she'd be here for like a week. That would work.
Now, would you want to do that because they set up that Maki Ito is quote unquote friends of Brit Baker?
Yeah, I think that would work. I think that would be a good way to reintroduce her for a match or two. If you wanted to, I think it's possible. I mean, I think she's the only Japanese talent that would come over and be the Joker. Like, I don't think you'd put a Yamashita in that because AEW fans don't know who Yamashita is.
Yeah, I don't think that would happen. There's no like teasing in that direction. There's typically you feel like a tease. Yeah,
those are all my choices.
That's not bad. We talked about it beforehand.
Sold on Larae, right?
What's that?
Are you sold on Larae?
I feel Larae is totally possible. If I was TK, if I booked anybody else, I would say, hey, we'll honor the booking, but you're getting shifted. You got to make the move for Candace LeRae, and you got to bring her in. Candace LeRae versus Brit Baker would be a great match. If I'm not mistaken, Brit Baker was slightly trained by Candace LeRae.
That was supposed to be the part of the all in match.
That is true. That is very much true.
Nice little factoid for everybody.
So I think totally possible to have her come in here. Then I would also have Larae win, and then you get Larae versus Tony Storm or Jamie Hayter. You know,
that'd be welcome. I think
then Candice LeRae versus Riho. Now we're talking.
That would be great.
Now we're talking, man.
That would be great. If Candice LeRae comes in, I think she should win
the whole thing.
The tournament, yeah, I do.
That would help out a lot. That would be very nice.
I think it would instantly give her credibility. I'm sure if you win this tournament, you get a title match.
Haven't announced that.
They haven't said that, but it's like kind of obvious that you should just give someone a title match if you win a tournament. I know WWE doesn't do that, but that's WWE. So I think Larae should win if she's in it. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, I think Riho should win the whole thing.
I agree. Do you have
who do I expect to win the whole thing?
Yeah,
I expect Tony Storm to win the whole thing.
That'd be nice.
I think Tony Storm versus Riho would be a good final too.
That would be a good final. I think giving Tony someone that I don't know. I my fear about it is the fact that Tony Storm pinned Britt Baker specifically in the tag match makes me think that Britt Baker's going to win, Tony Storm is going to win, then Britt is going to beat Britt's Tony to get kind of the win back, and then we get Britt versus Riho again, which is not as interesting as before.
Fine if Riho's winning.
Yeah, but Riho is already
Britt Baker right? should not win this tournament. I need to stress that. You need to make someone else. Riho's technically already a star. She's the first ever AEW Women's Champion, but she doesn't have momentum.
No.
Britt Baker doesn't need momentum. Britt Baker doesn't need this win. I think pretty much everyone else in the tournament needs a win like this.
Yep.
So that's like where I'm at with that. And
totally agree.
Yeah, it should be fun. I'm really looking forward to these two tournaments.
And let's talk about the men's tournament. On the left side, we got Rey Fenix versus Kyle O'Reilly, an insane matchup. This whole men's tournament has insane matches.
I'm so happy Rey Fenix is in this fucking thing.
Me too. We got Samoa Joe versus the Joker.
This is interesting to me.
Very interesting. On the right side, Jeff Hardy versus Darby Allin. Could be fun.
And Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart. It's incredible. It's
Adam
incredible.
Cole versus Dax Harwood. 100%. I never put it together, but 100% it is Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart.
Yeah, I mean that was the greatness of Dax's promo from Rampage. It's like, I know who you look up to. We love the Hart family. I was like, oh, okay. There you go.
I want Adam Cole to come out in chainmail, and just
that'd be pretty fucking great. There's a lot of fun matchups here right off the bat. I mean, Jeff Hardy versus Darby, like there's a lot of reasoning behind that. Don't get me wrong. I don't think Jeff Hardy's looked very good since coming over to AEW, but there's an excitement level of, okay, the present day version of Jeff Hardy versus Jeff Hardy. It's a cool matchup. It's clearly a dream matchup for Darby, I'm sure. So if you want a good match out of Jeff Hardy to really start off his AEW career right, this could be it.
Well, let's talk about the right side since we kind of already started talking about it. Jeff Hardy versus Darby Allin. Fully believe Darby Allin's winning. I don't think I'm kind of surprised that they're doing this match already, but I also looking at Jeff Hardy's matches, I'm not surprised as well.
I think it would be wrong to have Darby lose. And I am under the impression that I don't think Darby should have beat Swerve in the tournament. So the fact that I'm having to go further tells you all you need to know.
Well, we had Darby there, and then Dax versus Cole. I'm Cole.
Cole's gonna win, but I would love the Dax underdog story to the finals. I would love that.
Me too.
I love that so much. It'd be so great. But Cole, I think Cole versus Darby is an obvious match you do. That definitely is a main event for Dynamite. And then I think Cole, you give him a pay-per-view match by getting him to the finals. He's felt like the instant finalist since the start of this for me.
Yeah.
So
yeah, currently Adam Cole has nothing for Double or Nothing. So, well, maybe probably not though. So
I don't expect Kenny Omega to walk into the door anytime soon. So I don't think he has it.
And Adam Cole is someone they're going to want to put on the pay-per-view. Now, that would also mean Darby Allin will have nothing. Unless they do Darby Allin versus something else.
Yeah, and it looks like Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy are going to face the Young Bucks.
Yeah, so I don't know. So we're thinking Darby Allin versus Adam Cole.
Good match.
It's a good match.
Adam Cole.
I gotta say Darby Allin. As much as everything else, I gotta say Darby Allin.
Well, I think the Joker is going to the finals.
Yeah, interesting. We'll talk about
based off of that side. I think it's easy to screw Samoa Joe out of it. So that's where I'm kind of at, because I think you can do the Ring of Honor television title match that you're building to on pay-per-view.
Yeah, I really think Darby should beat Adam Cole. Just
there's no way Ray Phoenix or Kyle O'Reilly's going to the finals. No. I would love if Ray Phoenix went to the finals, but it's not happening.
Yeah. So I'm going to say Darby. You're going to say Cole. Left side, Ray Phoenix versus Kyle O'Reilly. I mean, Phoenix?
It depends who the Joker is.
Okay, let's talk about that then. Let's talk about that first. Samoa Joe versus the Joker. Who's the Joker?
I actually sent this. I sent a few ideas. Now I have some boring ideas.
You wrote them
down.
You've written down some ideas.
I did write them down. Let me locate them.
You bounce them off.
Yeah. I'll let you give your thoughts first.
Well, I kind of agree that I feel like the Joker should win here, especially if like Baker is going to win and beat the Joker in the other one potentially. More than likely, then I think the idea of having Samoa Joe losing here is fine. Then you can also do an ROH title on TV, and that's fun. And then Samoa Joe can get his win back there or something.
I got 4 options for you. Who did you say for the Joker?
I haven't said anyone.
Oh, okay. Here are my Joker options based off my brain. One of them obviously would probably lose to Samoa Joe, but tournament's sake, it kind of would make sense if they want to just toss someone in there for surprise. All right. So my first one, Cesaro.
Great.
I think this is a great spot for Cesaro. Cesaro also does the sharpshooter and has that connection to the Hart family through Tyson Kidd and company. So,
but Cesaro versus either Darby Allin or Adam Cole, the height difference alone.
Well, that, but also him versus Samoa Joe.
I agree.
Miro.
Yeah.
Hell of a spot to bring Miro back.
Miro versus Samoa Joe.
Yeah, I think all of us, including myself, has forgotten Miro exists. So
that would be a great spot.
God's favorite champion could come back to save the day. Someone from New Japan. I think that's the possibility if you want to kind of kick off Forbidden Door build with maybe a New Japan name winning.
Jay White.
Exactly. Like that's a big name. You can have a big name win that doesn't actually work for AEW, but
Jay White versus Adam Cole final.
That would be something. That would be. I know Jay White's fighting Okada, but you can do that easily. Unless he has to win though. That would be the whole thing. Probably not Jay White, but it'd be cool. And this is my boring, but if Samoa Joe's gonna win, Davey Boy Smith Jr.
Yeah. I get people not necessarily wanting Davey Boy Smith Jr. I don't know. Is Davey Boy Smith Jr. problematic? I know he's associated with a lot of problematic people, but I'm trying to think if he's problematic.
Not that I know of.
He just gives off problematic energy.
No, I think he's always gotten. I think he's fine. I mean, I don't need him to be in the tournament because I don't I don't need that like one connection for him to just come in and lose. So
True.
it's whatever to me. I think Cesaro would be the best option because one, you could also do a television title between him and Samoa Joe down the line, which fits kind of what some of us have been thinking with Cesaro kind of working for both AEW and the Ring of Honor brand.
What about a
Chris
Gargano?
Hero?
What about a Gargano?
Well, if Candace Larae is going to be the other one, that's not going to be Gargano.
Why not? Why not get them both in at the same time?
That would be funny.
The choker couple.
They just introduce both of them at the same time.
Yeah.
But I think Candace LeRae deserves that spotlight.
I agree.
So
you said Chris Hero. I don't think Chris Hero.
I don't think so either. I'm just tossing out names now. Like there's a lot of free agents, obviously.
Amazing Red. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Amazing Red versus Samoa Joe would be sick. I think
Brian
Cesaro,
Cage.
No.
No. Hear me out.
I believe you.
He's on the ROH brand. You can do that as a title. Yeah. Brian Cage.
You could. Jonathan Gresham. Could have him ride to the main event because he's a technical wrestler, much like Owen.
Con.
All right, now we're just naming people.
Red Titus, baby, going back for that gold.
Oh boy, yeah. Back to it. I think Cesaro's my number one choice. If someone's coming in, it's like signing or Miro.
I like
or
this.
New Japan.
I like the idea of it being either a New Japan guy, a Ring of Honor guy, Cesaro, or Miro. Miro is a really good idea, honestly, because then you have Miro versus like Phoenix, which would be great.
I could see New Japan give them someone for like the trade of sorts for Wheeler Utah.
Mm-hmm.
See that be a thing, and obviously they're going to be in fucking town with Capital Collision. I mean, it's not going to be Tanahashi or Okada, but you know what I'm saying.
No, it's not going to be Tanahashi or Okada. Jay White has been on TV already, so that could work.
I don't think it'll be Jay White.
We already did Ishii as a qualifier.
Let's just toss Ospreay.
Let's toss in Juice. Let's do it. Let's put in Juice Robinson.
Oh, I like Juice. Juice.
Bullet Club Juice.
Juice.
I do like the idea
Juice.
of Jay
you mean
White.
Juice Storm?
Yes, Juice Storm. I do like the idea of Jay White then versus Ray Phoenix.
I like the idea of Ray Phoenix versus like the majority of good wrestlers, to be fair. But yeah, that'd be great. Moving on.
Well, who do you think's gonna win the whole thing? We didn't really talk about that.
I think the Joker or Adam Cole. I think they could be considering giving Adam Cole a accolade because obviously he's lost a lot. So I think that could be something they want to do for him.
That's possible. I can see that.
And what's worse than a Shawn Michaels guy winning a Hart tournament? That's as heel as you can get.
That just made me think to not have Adam Cole win. Then
so I know. I don't think he wins, but I think he's in the finals.
We did also pitch. They're pitching the idea of it being Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart, and we did pitch the idea of Bret Hart losing. It almost does feel like Dax Harwood has to win, though.
I would love if he won.
Yeah, no, it does now feel like
I'd love if he won the whole thing. That'd be cool, but that won't happen.
No, I don't think that'll happen.
He's gonna have a tag title match, I'm sure.
Yeah,
maybe, I don't know.
Let's move on. Stardom Fukuoka Goddess Festival. This took place on.
What do we have after this?
WrestleMania Backlash
and Capital Collision.
And the Best of Super Juniors. That's the car, baby. Stardom.
All right, let's gear up.
Fukuoka Goddess Festival took place 5/5 with 1,156 people in attendance.
It's called Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo. What did I say? 5/5? That still works. I thought this was a really good show, top down.
I've heard some people call it one of their best shows of the year, not including the first three matches, obviously. You
gotta if you're gonna call it the best show of the year, you gotta include the first three matches.
Okay. Well, to be fair, like those first three matches are like the undercard of a New Japan show, so I guess it's fair.
Still good.
But like
still good.
The last four matches were so good that people are saying it's one of the shows of the year.
And I still thought
three of the last four.
3 of the last 4.
The tag was good. It's just it wasn't like holy shit. Oh my god, need to go out of my way to see it.
Well, since that's what people were talking about, let's talk about those top 4 matches. Starting off with the SWA Undisputed World Women's Title match. Mai Iwatani defeats Tekla in 17 minutes and 26 seconds. I loved this match. And it was I know, the best. I know, I love Tekla, so I'm biased, but I thought that this was her best match in Stardom.
It's easily her best singles match of all time.
Even better, I thought Mai was great in here. I thought they worked really well together, and I just would honestly, I think they worked really well together, and I think they should wrestle more. Really good. Great match.
Do you even need to say Mayu is great? Like,
yeah, that's true.
We expect that.
Yes.
In some places we just expect certain wrestlers to be great. If she's not great, then that's the talking point. But she's never not been great.
Good point.
But yeah, this match was really good. It should have received more praise online, but the last two matches were the last two matches, so it's like it lost some of the edge, but I thought this was really good at the time of watching it, and probably it does that. Very physical.
Yes.
You got a lot of the great Mayu like confident points. Like when she's confident in her matches, she's amazing. Like, she's doing the tombstone, does a fucking thumbs up to the camera, and then drops Tekla on her head. Like that's when
on the
Mayu
outside.
at her best. Yeah, when she's confident, she's always confident, but like as a character, when she's confident, she's at her best. Tekla was fantastic in this match. Like, obviously, I'm going to credit Mayu Iwatani a lot because if you know me, you know how much I love Mayu. She's my favorite wrestler of all time. But Tekla, you need 2 to tango. And Tekla was not only up to par, but she exceeded expectations, I think. Tekla is such a good member of this roster.
Yeah.
Like, I've talked to people.
Underrated.
When you put her in the 5-star, she's going to be a potential MVP candidate because MVPs don't win. MVPs of the tournament, they're just going to give you great matches. A lot of people picked Micah for that last year. Obviously, the MVP, if you're going to include winners, was Shuri. She didn't have a bad match. But like non-winners, non-tournament finalists, Micah was like that. And I think Tekla can be that this year because she works with everyone so well. This was the biggest match of her career, and she treated it like that. Very emotional. She did everything she could, but in the end, Mayu won because there is a certain situation going on where Mayu Iwatani is obviously going overseas in some sort of form. I made this kind of clear. Like, the SWA title is not defended to the point where she's gonna like go to the United States and defend it like 70 times. Like, she's gonna defend it maybe 1, 2, or 3 times probably.
Yeah.
But that's enough. That's a couple matches for Mayu outside of the US, outside of Japan, which is very exciting. And if she comes to the US, I'm going wherever that is, unless it's a very big AEW show that I probably can't get myself a ticket. But like, I'm going to go wherever that is. It's very exciting because the person I think is the best wrestler still is going to showcase what she can do again, and that's great. And it's good for the title too. But I think Tekla definitely should get that title back.
Yeah.
Maybe by year's end because she deserves it.
I think Tekla is phenomenal. I mean, I've been singing her praises for a very long time now. I don't know, man. To me, this match is battling the best match on the show for me personally. I just think Tekla's really good. I think that, with more seasoning, more time in Stardom, she can maybe become one of the best wrestlers on the roster. That is a high bar, but I think with a lot of stuff in her pocket, I think she can, at very least, best best non-Japanese wrestler on the roster easily.
Well,
probably ever, would be my thing. So maybe ever. I would have to look through the roster list to
ever.
What? Who are you comparing to?
I mean, there's not that many great options.
Yeah, it's like
I just want to give you a hard time. She can be that. She definitely can be that.
Yeah, I was like the only real comparison would probably be a Toni Storm.
Yeah, which she accomplished everything.
So I mean, I don't know what her ceiling here is right now. I don't know. I don't think Stardom.
I think she's hit her ceiling title wise.
I don't think she hit her ceiling title wise. I think. I mean, are the tag titles more?
She
above
doesn't
that?
have. They have way too many people for those top two titles.
I know. That's the problem.
But
that's
they are teasing.
Toni Storm back in the day could easily be World of Stardom champion, because they didn't really have a whole lot of great people or a whole lot of people. Now it's just like, I don't know who you're bringing in.
I think it looks like the direction they're going is her and Natsupoi as a team, which is fucking awesome. So give me that for a tag title match, please and thank you.
Ooh. Or what about Tekla joining the high speed division?
Yeah, I think that's the direction she's probably gonna go to. I think she could beat Zumi.
Maybe that's the idea.
I think she'd be a good person to win.
That's the idea of having Tekla versus Tekla team up with Natsupoi so that Tekla can sort of learn sort of that high speed style.
I think you get that tag title match in there, but you also, I think, giving her the high speed would be good.
I agree.
Be a good person for Zumi to lose to. That wouldn't be like, oh no. Like, why would you have her lose her?
Mm-hmm. But yeah, definitely go out of your way to watch that match. 100%.
Yeah.
8-woman tag team elimination match. It was God's Eye, Ami Soray. Mirai.
It's exactly how it looks. It's just like double. I do it every time.
What's
the last name?
Ami Souffle. Mirai, Shuri, and Konami. Versus Julia, Himeka, Mai Sakurai, and Natsupoi.
Yeah, this is the only match of the big four that I had a problem with, and it's just because it's Mai Sakurai. It was because she was one of the final two, and it's like
she was the final. Her and Mirai were the finals.
Why is she competing with the Cinderella winner?
Yeah,
that was like my whole thing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the match was a lot of fun. Like if you had a good time, I wouldn't be shocked because I had a good time. Konami was great. I thought Konami and Julia they acted like Konami hadn't missed a day when those two were going at it.
Yep.
They kind of avoided Shuri versus Julia, which I found to be noticeable.
Mm-hmm.
Shuri and Himeka was good. And yeah.
I thought for me, the match was...
Natsupoi did little things.
Match was just a little bit too long for me, personally. 26 minutes.
Yeah, it was long. I was ready for it to end.
I felt that the final should have been Julia Konami. I thought that emotionally was the emotionally the peak of the match. Once that happened for me, I was just like Mirai and Mai Sakurai, and you're just like, all right, whatever. Who cares?
Well, yeah, because you knew it was gonna win.
Yeah, at that point, it's like, okay, we've missed the point. So I think that was not good.
The poster for Flashing Champions. I don't know if you saw it. I posted the matches that were announced.
Mm-hmm.
The top people are Shuri and Mirai. It's not even Saya. If that doesn't tell you what you need to know, I think Saya should win still, even though I'm a big Mirai fan. I don't think Saya's reign should be anywhere close to done, because you have a certain match with Kairi that we are waiting for.
Mm-hmm.
But it's interesting. It's definitely interesting. Like that next pay-per-view now has Shuri versus Risa Sera set, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
And Saya versus Mirai. That's cool too. Then you kind of make the rest of the card, but you got a big pay-per-view already at the end of the month. So it's just like, let's keep printing the goods.
Oh yeah. The match was fine. Up to the very final thing. I got distracted by a cat. Goddesses of Stardom title match. Hazuki and Kaguma defeat Momo Watanabe and Starlight Kid to become the new Goddesses of Stardom title holders.
I had to rewatch this match, mostly because I was exhausted when I watched it the first time. To be fair, I was exhausted when I watched the whole card. But this match specifically, I was like, I saw the movement behind you.
Yeah,
I'm
cats on
impressed.
the recording.
Cats in the recording. The thing that was so great about this match, and I thought I have it as my number 2 tag team match of the year. Hazuki had one of her best performances ever. This was the Hazuki match. Koguma was just there for support and to save her on a few pins. That's what Koguma was there for. She might have been tagged in for 3 minutes of this match, legitimately. If you watch this match, Koguma was barely in there.
Yeah.
Starlight Kid was pretty much barely in there too. Yeah. It was pretty much just Momo versus Suzuki, and obviously that's fantastic.
Not gonna say no to that.
Never. And like the story of like, one, they're in their hometown, and as we're all probably counting them out because we don't think they're gonna win the rematch. You think you're gonna have Momo and Kid, who they're clearly pushing, keep those titles. But I don't know. I just thought there was something so, and this was highly regarded by everyone. A lot of people picked it actually as the match of the night, which tells you a lot of how great it was for a lot of people. It was a fantastic masterclass performance by Hazuki, who has fully found her former self now, thanks to Momo, and Momo has found herself thanks to Hazuki. It's worked both ways. They're doing fantastic work together. If you put them both in, say, if you put Hazuki against Wonder Stardom Champion and Momo against World of Stardom Champion in a couple months, you're going to get some great matches with those. They're doing awesome work. And I'm just really excited to see where they go now, since they have another title reign, which I wasn't ready for. But just a fantastic match. And what was the spot in this match that I have to remember? Give me 1 second. I'll let you talk about it. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, I thought this. I don't know. I was kind of lighter on this match.
Classic Koguma guy.
Classic anti-Koguma slander.
This guy goes into it just saying, "Oh, this stinks."
Koguma's in here. Jeez, get this bear off my screen. No, I mean, it's the thing of
more of a spider guy. He is.
I've always been more of a spider guy. It's the thing of I loved Hazuki Momo, but make it a singles match then. I don't know. It's the thing of this is a very stickler thing. I want to see tag team wrestling. I don't want to see a singles match. If in a tag team,
get a load of this guy. Next thing he's gonna tell me is that they should start doing drugs again.
What?
Like the Undertaker says. I don't know. I don't know. You sounded very old school. So
it's
I used to be on the road every day. I was like, yeah, you're fucking half dead because of it.
Get these video games out of my locker room. No, it's a very I understand it. It's a very stickler sort of thing there. It's just I would rather see more of a tag team persona, especially if they're going to win the titles, because it did feel that they won the titles completely off of Hazuki's back. I barely remember seeing Koguma in here. Was I paying attention when Koguma was in here? That might be anti-bear slander. I don't know, but I don't know. I still thought this match was really, really good. So I'm not saying it was bad in any sense of a way. I'm just saying would have liked it a little more if we got.
Well, obviously, it was really, really good. I mean, the whole match is those two. So, like,
I mean, that's true. That is why I like the match.
Even if you were upset about the non-tag team aspect, which I understand,
yeah,
those two still did the damn thing. So it's like, who cares?
That's true.
But I understand where you're coming from. That wasn't bear slander, people. That was just like tag team wrestling. You want more tag team. I get it. I
appreciate it.
Yeah. And I got to protect you from, the bear lovers out there.
Someone's got to protect me. I'm going to get mauled.
Even because, you stepped a little bit into your Undertaker phase, and I was expecting the next step of like, we need to, go crazy backstage now. No more video games, but you didn't do that. It's okay. Which would have been fitting because, Momo was the evil gamer after all.
That is true. You had something to say about this match or the spot?
No. next match was the one I had a spot for.
Well, let's talk about the next match. Wonder of Stardom title match, Saya Kamitani versus Micah, with Saya Kamitani on top. We gotta talk about Micah's entrance. Just awesome, cool-ass entrance. Made her look like a freaking star, with Micah coming out on the, I don't know what that thing is called at all, but coming out on that sort of a very imperial stand thing. Looked like a freaking boss. Loved
it. Okay, time to stretch myself out because it's time for my Micah burying. No,
Wait, I was about to say, are you serious? Micah was great in this match.
I will always say I'm the low guy on Micah. Always will be. But what I can respect is Micah can put on a great match. And, she's wrestling someone that I think is right now probably the best champion going. I think when it comes to Saya Kamitani, she has every single title match she has is a must-see match because, one, they're all different. They're all different because she has her own style, but she kind of wrestles the other person's style too at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And once Micah hit that apron power bomb, this match was bomb after bomb after bomb after bomb. Yeah. And they lived up to the high expectations that I had with a tremendous, tremendous main event, fitting of the main event, may I add. Just another fantastic match between these two on their biggest stage yet. I could watch these two wrestle forever because their styles work so perfectly together.
Yeah.
And I just think Micah's such an interesting case to me because I don't know if she ever wins one of those top two titles. She should probably eventually. But this goes back to the Tekla conversation we just had. There's a lot of people that need to win these titles. And I mean, there's not many people I'm picking Micah over. And that's just a me thing probably. But listen, Hazuki needs to win one of those top two titles eventually. And she, she's been waiting a lot longer than Micah. Micah's still relatively new to wrestling. I think people need to remember too. You got Momo, who needs to win the world title. You got Utami, who's just, she's Utami. You got
Micah, only 3 years of experience.
Yeah, you got Mirai, who's clearly going to win one of these titles.
I feel like Mirai is going to beat Saya for the title.
It's very possible. I don't think she should, but it's very possible. Mm-hmm. You have a whole list on this roster of actual contenders. You have Unagi Sayaka, who's going to win one of these titles. A lot of people, clearly. And I don't know if Micah necessarily shift to being over one of them. Her comparisons to Hiroki Goto are very fitting. They're very fitting because, Goto was the guy that got these big matches and delivered, but he never got the big one. Mm-hmm. And I think that very much could happen to Micah.
Yeah, I think that there's going to be a couple of people in the list you just named that are going to be your Ishii, Goto, Suzuki people, where it's just never going to get the world title. There's a couple of people you just mentioned that are never going to get the World of Stardom title.
Yeah,
it's just what it is. Micah, I don't think so. Unagi, I don't think so. Momo, I don't think so. I know everyone's been saying it.
Momo will. Momo will. She's 22.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like we're bringing a bunch of other people up, and we're not really raising Momo. But
we ran out of names after a while. I mean, you could.
Who's beating Shuri? Who do you think's beating Shuri?
Probably it's Julia or Momo. Those are the only two options.
I think it's totally Julia.
Oh, you would think so, but I'm giving you the two options that I expect. I mean, yeah. I think there's multiple ways to go. It should be Julia because Julia's fucking been the next in line for 2 years now.
Yeah,
So
that's another thing though, is that we haven't even mentioned Julia. She hasn't even won it yet.
Well, yeah, but I think we all just know. We know
Yeah.
that's happening. So it's like, I don't need to name her. And then like Momo has multiple stories with multiple wrestlers. So that's why I'm pretty confident she'll get it. It's just, I don't think she'll get a long reign. Like, she's not going to get a Tommy reign. I don't know how long Shuri's reign's going to be. So
Momo,
I'm not even going to speak on that yet. And then like, if here's the thing, if Stardom signs like Suzuki tomorrow, it's like, fuck, here we go. Now we have a whole different change. And then you have Starlight Kid, Azumi, like you have these people coming up. That's why I just don't know how Micah, of all people, gets it.
We haven't even talked about other non-Japanese talent that could show up in Stardom.
Yeah, well, I think that will be a little more limited, but yeah, that is also conversation. And you have Kyrie, by the way, who could just win it.
Yeah, it's a overly stacked roster that it is sort of like,
it's not a bad problem to have.
Not a bad problem to have. Not at all. It's just the thing of like, there's going to be a lot of these people that are just not going to win the World of Stardom title, and probably a couple of them that just won't win Wonder of Stardom. I mean, who knows? I mean, it's
my thing with.
Go ahead.
You actually have a real heel with Momo. Like, you don't have heels on the roster. So if you wanted to put over a big baby face, she would be the one to do it with.
That's true.
Like, I can't think of or you could do Starlight Kid too, but I think Starlight Kid's not winning the world title in the next 2 years. Wonder, very possible.
I agree.
I think she should be the next Wonder champion.
I think Momo can win the thing, and then you could have like Saya Kamatani beat Momo or something.
Yeah. There you go. Like that's my point. Like, that's why I think she has a better chance now than she did when she was in Queen's Quest. But that's just us talking. Let's move on because we still have fucking multiple things to discuss.
Yes, we have plenty of stuff to continue to get to. So let's move right along. WrestleMania Backlash, another premium live event happening tomorrow, folks. That's right. WrestleMania Backlash. We haven't talked about WWE in forever. And they'll be here in Providence, Rhode Island. Scotty, are you going?
No. Didn't even know it was in Providence until right now.
It's in the Dunkin' Donuts Center, which is very funny that it's in Rhode Island. They have a stadium called the Dunkin' Donuts Center, which should be renamed.
How far is that from me?
It should be renamed the Dunkin' Center. Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
It's happening this Sunday. It is a premium
it's only
live
an
event.
hour from me.
They probably have tickets. Let's look at Ticketmaster. Do you have tickets available?
Yeah, let me go look at tickets for. Do they have tickets available? What kind of question was that? Of course they fucking have tickets available.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, it's the hottest fucking ticket around.
What are these tickets?
Yeah,
they got a queue?
I think they got some seats.
They got a queue or something? They got a couple sections. What's lowest?
A queue of please buy a ticket.
These are expensive tickets. Cheapest price, $114.99.
I'll wait for tomorrow when they become $8.
I'm gonna turn off resale. How many standard tickets? Oh, standard tickets cheapest is 200 bones.
What are we doing here?
There's a lot of tickets available in the right next to the arena. All the expensive tickets are not. There's still a lot of expensive tickets available. Yeah, what are
$600 for a third row seat? That's fucking incredible.
So WrestleMania Backlash, Scotty considering going at this moment, dropping $200 on these tickets.
No, they're bringing SmackDown to the Garden in like a couple months, and I was like, those tickets are probably gonna be cheaper than the fucking pay-per-view.
It's possible. It is possible
in a bigger arena.
But will it be good? Nah, who knows?
No, but live wrestling's fun.
Live wrestling's always fun.
It's the day before the Garden State show, actually.
Oh, very nice. Well, let's talk about
I have to drive 3 hours for
WrestleMania Backlash. Let's talk about it. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Please, he's on dark matches.
Yeah.
Or not matches, but he's a manager. So let's talk about it. 6-person tag team match. Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton, and Riddle versus Jimmy and Jey Uso and Roman Reigns. Of course, this was originally going to be a unification tag title match and then also a singles match of Roman versus Drew, but they've decided against it. They threw it all out the window, and now it's a 6-person tag match.
I was told, rumored that part of the reason that got scrapped for now is, again, it sounds like Randy Orton does not want to break up the team.
Yeah.
So it's like the moment they lose those titles, the breakup's happening clearly, because like that's a big match now. But they're like top 5 in merch sales.
Can we talk about that, by the way, real quick?
How Randy Orton refuses?
No. Well, I guess yes. That it's like WWE has been trying to break up this team for months now, and Randy Orton's like, no, we're making so much money, we're super over. And then WWE's like, no, but think how much money you can make if you're broken up. It's like, no, not how it works.
Randy's like, I'm having a good time. Let me be. Like, you can see in Randy's matches, like, this is the best he's been.
Yeah.
Just as a performer, because like he's just having a great time. And it's like, why do you guys need to break up good things?
They're actively trying to break it when he's just like, we're making money, we're selling all those t-shirts, I'm having fun, everyone enjoys doing it. Why are we like, nah, this has to be over, this will be more money down the road? No, it's not.
That was supposed to be a WrestleMania match, and then Randy's like, nah. Let's not do that. No,
that doesn't work for me, brother.
Now it's supposed to be one of the next 3 stadium shows, I'm sure.
I want to see Randy. I want to see Randy Orton and Noah. That ain't working for me, brother.
Randy versus Ghost Shiozaki. Hear me out.
Be good.
Randy in current form would probably be great. I think really like I'm at a point now where I actually want to see Randy Orton singles matches, but we don't get them anymore because he's having a great time as a tag team wrestler. So it's like, whatever. Randy, I think you could do Randy versus Roman. I know Drew's obviously where you're going, but if you wanted to have a break between there for Money in the Bank and save Drew for SummerSlam or something, you could always do that. Obviously, you're saving Cody probably for SummerSlam, truthfully. But yeah, 3 stadiums. You got to pack 3. Okay, let's be honest. The England one, the Wales one, that's already sold. Like, that's already sold out. Yeah. Congratulations.
And also, that's probably why they're waiting for Drew McIntyre for that.
I don't think they can wait that long. Like, I think they're gonna do like Drew McIntyre versus like Tyson Fury on that fucking show.
Oh, that's true.
That's a big match. I mean, I like Tyson Fury. Don't need to see him as a wrestler. I like Drew McIntyre, and that's, if you want to have a big match that people are going to go crazy for there, especially, it's like, fucking go for it. I don't care. You're going to have title matches, whatever. Do whatever you want. And I think this could be the Money in the Bank one, because you do need to sell tickets for a stadium Money in the Bank, because that's just absurd to think about that's happening. That one match has become that big a show, but it is one of their main shows now, much more than Survivor Series.
Yes.
Which is in Boston this year. So shame on me for just absolutely destroying that. But that tells you all you need to know. It's in Boston, in the Garden. It's not even in a stadium. All these other big shows are in a stadium. Like, that's just the way it is from Survivor Series now. The match. Yeah. I don't care who wins. Drew probably should win.
Drew should
probably
pin
an Uso.
Yeah, Drew pinning an Uso would work. Or if they want to do the tag title match, they can have an Uso pin a Riddle or something. And
hear me out here.
Yep.
I think the match can be pretty good.
I think it will. I do think the match will be pretty good. I think there's enough, like we just said, Randy Orton and Riddle have been doing great stuff. McIntyre is pretty good. Roman's pretty good. I mean, it's a 6-man tag, so there's going to be very minimum talking. Great. Just do some wrestling.
Yeah, do wrestling. You have a really hot act in the tag team. That, once Randy's tagged in, fucking place will probably explode again, like they do every single time this motherfucker's tagged in. So it's like, it's true though. Like I was watching what was, it wasn't WrestleMania. It was a Raw before that, and like he got the hot tag, and people, it was the 3-way tag that they did with Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins,
Yeah,
and then it must have been the Alpha Academy. They lost their shit when he was tagged in, and I'm like, whoa, what? How did they do this? Like it's just Riddle being an idiot and Randy being Randy, I guess. So credit to them. I think this will be a very entertaining match. I'm always like, I saw a lot of people, I can't believe there's no world title match. It's like, listen, this is probably gonna be better. I mean, I think Drew and Roman will be good because I think Drew is a different wrestler from like who Roman's been facing. I mean, I know he faced Brock, but like no one fucking cared anymore. I think Drew will be good.
Yep.
But I think this will be fun. And that's what WWE needs right now is fun matches.
That is 100% agree.
Speaking of the opposite, Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey.
Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey. I Quit match, SmackDown Women's title match.
Yeah, I know who's going to quit. It's not going to be them. It's going to be me. I think this can be good. The one thing these two are good at once in a while, kind of, maybe a little bit, is physicality. This match should be physical.
Yeah.
But I mean, I saw their brawl from
Whoa, Scotty.
Their brawl from SmackDown, and that sucked. So it's like, I don't know.
It's the thing of Charlotte is the best when things are super sloppy, but it being an I Quit match, it being the sort of like WWE version of like we have to do all of this plunder. That's something that she is weirdly not as good at. She's good at like sloppy, intense matches, but not at like super plundery things. Yeah. Ronda, who cares?
I haven't seen Ronda do plunder, to be fair.
I mean,
never. I don't think she's ever done plunder.
She must have. Hold on.
Ronda is an interesting one because I've seen her have good matches. One against Charlotte, by the way, for those that forget that Survivor Series match was very good.
Yeah.
And then the match with Sasha comes to mind as well, which congratulations. You had a great match with Sasha Banks. Who hasn't? Mm-hmm. So it's like, I'm not confident this will be good, but I have a little optimism that maybe somehow they figure out, okay, let's just beat the shit out of each other and it'll be good. And it's an I Quit match, so that's pretty much the whole point of it. And Ronda's winning. There's no way you're getting Ronda Rousey to say I quit if you're going to try to keep building her as this beast. Charlotte could say I quit. New champ. Congratulations, Ronda Rousey.
You're right. She's never been in a plunder match. This is her first ever Ronda Rousey plunder match.
Well, fucking swing that kendo stick like you never swung it before then.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. How do I know kendo sticks will be used in this match? Because they're used more than fucking chairs.
What are the odds that what kendo stick? First weapon taken out?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Always got to be the kendo stick. It's always going to be the kendo stick.
Makes a good noise. Here's
my thoughts. Kendo stick, will that come out? First weapon? I think it's that between the chair. I'm going to go kendo stick. The crowd's going to chant, we want tables. Our table's going to come
props now. Yeah, I think there'll be a table, spear through a table, maybe.
That's possible.
Charlotte does a spear.
That's true. That is true. Or Charlotte just going to run headfirst into a table. That could be possible.
That'd be entertaining for me.
What else do we got on this damn card?
Adrenaline in the soul.
We're gonna save talking about that because I want to save that.
We're saving the best for last.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Let's talk about the even better for next. Happy Corbin versus Madcap Moss. Adrenaline.
What's the show you went to that they did Madcap Moss? in a pay-per-view match? Is that
day
one?
one? Day one, Madcap Moss versus Drew McIntyre.
And you said it wasn't bad.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I couldn't care less about this match. It's actually hilarious. It's a pay-per-view match.
Madcap Moss can like slightly go. Happy Corbin can also slightly go, but who gives a shit about any of these guys?
That's the preview. Moving on to the next match.
Next match. Bobby Lashley versus Omos.
Speaking of who gives a shit.
This match wasn't good at WrestleMania. Why are we doing it again here?
Omos is gonna win, and it's gonna suck, and everything's bad.
I just don't understand the need to do this shit, man. It's just like WrestleMania Backlash. I get it. You're trying to get on the WrestleMania branding and expand that branding and yada yada yada. But Jesus Christ, man, it's just
Christ.
It's just not good.
Yeah, no, it sucks.
Just not good. Omos, he's just not. He just doesn't have it. Can we stop it? Can we stop it with Omos? He just doesn't have it.
We can stop it with Omos when you stop it with
Kagama.
Damn it!
AJ Styles versus Edge.
I couldn't be less excited for a fucking match. That includes two wrestlers that I enjoy a lot. Like, I enjoy both of these wrestlers for matches that they've had in the past. But we have fucking Dracula over here. And on the other side, we have, fucking Cheryl's mom. And it's just like, I don't care. I don't care. AJ Styles hasn't been good in fucking years, people. Like, let's just accept this. Let's just accept it. I'm going to keep saying AJ Styles hasn't been good in years.
I also would say that has Edge been good since he's been back?
He's had good matches. I don't know. He's actually like, I liked his Seth Rollins feud. I think that Hell in a Cell match was great.
That's probably the peak of his return so far.
I can't remember anything else. Oh, well, Ryan.
Yeah,
they had the greatest wrestling match ever. came in second on the 2020 match of the year. The greatest wrestling match ever came in at number 2. I actually think that's a good match, which is the funny part. But it's like, who gives?
The dumbest shit. The dumbest thing they've ever done. Like,
my favorite part is that it lost to a match that happened in a cemetery.
I gotta find that list.
We have the battle.
What year was that?
Greatest match of all time.
Is that 2020 or 2021?
Yeah. We have the greatest match of all time versus the Boneyard match. This is the true rival right here, Ryan. This was what upset the greatest match of all time for coming in first. Its own year matchless in WWE.
I cannot. Okay, here we go. The 25 best matches of 2020. Is it the list? Let's see. Let me scroll all the way down. Yeah, this is the list. This is the list. Yeah. We'll go top 10. Top 10 here real quick. Right? We'll go real quick.
All right. Yeah. Tell me the top 10.
All right.
We have fun here.
Yeah. Number 10, Finn Balor versus Kyle O'Reilly at NXT TakeOver 31. Great match. That was a great match.
The first one or the second one? The first one? It was because they had the match at New Year's Evil. So yeah, that match was great.
That was great.
That was the best Finn Balor match.
These are quoted by someone, I don't know who, a wrestler's wrestling match, an indie darling dream match. Great job, Deborah Wexel. Number 9, Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair, NXT Women's Championship match at WrestleMania 36.
That was a good match.
I think that was like the best, maybe the best match at WrestleMania that year. I mean, to be fair, there was a lot of shit because of situations.
To be fair, they were in the fucking middle of a warehouse. But yeah, that was really good. They yelled a lot, though.
They did. But that helped. that helped.
Yeah.
Walter versus Ilya Dragunov. Won. The first one. Easy. That match was 5 stars. That match was great.
I didn't give it 5 stars.
You're disappointment.
I wasn't rating back then.
Oh, fair enough. WWE. Jesus Christ. This. Number 7. WWE Champion Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton. Ambulance match. Clash of Champions.
I don't remember it.
I don't remember anything about that. It shows me a picture of Shawn Michaels pushing Randy Orton off the top of the ambulance.
Oh, I remember it. I remember it now. Yeah, that's bad. All right, continue.
Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles, Intercontinental Championship match, SmackDown June 12th. Remember when AJ Styles was the Intercontinental Champion?
Yeah, he had a terrible reign.
Yeah, I don't remember anything about that at all. But I do remember this match. This match was great itself.
Yeah, a lot of people call that the last great match of AJ Styles' career. I personally say that it doesn't count. So,
well, I would you say June 12th at that point, but I would potentially raise you the Intercontinental Championship ladder match from Clash of Champions: Sami Zayn, Jeff Hardy, AJ Styles.
What a weird match.
It was like random, but it was great. It was good stuff.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, put Jeff Hardy in a ladder match. It's not a bad thing.
Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns at Survivor Series.
Oh, I liked that match.
I don't remember anything about that match.
I liked that match because that's when Roman was like not in his low blow era.
This looks like a picture of Roman Reigns low blowing Drew McIntyre.
That's even better. Okay, he wasn't fully in his low blow era.
Number 3, the greatest wrestling match ever. Edge versus
It came in third. That's even better.
Number 3 on the list. Didn't even make it number 2.
I'll make the hot take. I thought the match was good.
I thought the match was the greatest wrestling match ever.
No, you don't.
Also, they called it the greatest wrestling match, by the way. It was wrestling. It wasn't sports entertainment. It was the greatest wrestling match, and it was an awful wrestling match. Oh, God.
You say it was an awful wrestling match?
It was a great sports entertainment match. It was an awful wrestling match.
Oh, it's big time sports entertainment match. They hit like every fucking finisher that known to mankind, including mankind. I'm just kidding. I have no idea if they did the claw or not.
Number 2.
What was number 2?
Sasha Banks versus Bayley, SmackDown Women's Championship Hell in a Cell match.
That was my number 1 WWE match of the year, actually.
And then number 1, the fucking Boneyard match. Styles versus Undertaker.
What a fucking match.
What a dumb bad year.
Neither that or the greatest wrestling match ever were wrestling matches. I don't know what the fuck that match was. Anyways, moving on. Can we just talk Seth and Cody so we can move the fuck on?
Yeah, Seth versus Cody. Very interesting match.
Adrenaline in my soul.
Something, Seth Rollins.
Holy fuck, it's Cody Rhodes.
So what are we thinking?
Set them on their feet.
Is Seth getting
crowd is here.
All right.
About to blow. Wait for me to stop the show.
We're gonna get flagged.
Oh, my father said when I was younger.
Are you done? All right. So Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes.
My times make better, man. You took it all away. I give it all away to take my free. Okay.
I can't actually mute you. I think on Zoom. I have a mute button.
I'm actually done.
Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes. The idea here would be I have the mute button ready. Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes. There is the obvious idea of maybe Seth gets his win back here, and then we get
there's a Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, I believe, coming.
Yeah, what is the next one? Let's look at what the next one is. Hey,
I think there's one between this and Money in the Bank.
Let's see. Pulling up cage match, pulling up events list, and we got the next one's going to be I don't know what Saturday's main event and Sunday Stunner is. Don't know what those are. Hell in a Cell is the next one in June.
There you 5th. Go.
Hell in a Cell.
There's your There's your Hell in a Cell main event.
So we would get Seth Rollins wins here, gets his win back, and then they go to Hell in a Cell, and presumably Cody Rhodes
That match
wins?
would I'm gonna be that guy. That match would probably fuck in a good way. Cody versus Seth in Hell in a Cell, that'd probably be really good.
Then Cody wins there. Then Money in the Bank is the next one in a stadium. Cody Rhodes versus freaking Rowan, probably.
Unless they save it for SummerSlam.
Unless they try to save it for SummerSlam. Which, who knows? Maybe
if you're fucking all in stadiums, does it matter?
Yeah.
Like, I think it's in Las Vegas, right? Money in the Bank?
Money in the Bank.
I think it's an Allegiant Stadium.
Allegiant Stadium. God, let's see here. Paradise, Nevada. It is in Allegiant Stadium. That is correct.
There you go.
Hell in a Cell in Rosemont, Illinois, an all-state arena. So yeah, in Chicago, basically. So Chicago, then Las Vegas, and then SummerSlam is in Nashville. I don't know about that
Interesting.
one, folks. I don't know about that one, folks. Oh yeah, Clash of the Castle. That's in September, so I don't know what's happening with that. But yeah,
Nashville's
so
an interesting spot.
Seth Rollins wins here. Then they have Hell in a Cell match. Cody Rhodes wins there. We do maybe Money in the Bank. That would sell. It's a stadium show. It's Cody that would sell. And then Cody would... Is he winning the title? Probably. Maybe.
Probably he should.
I think he should.
Cody Rhodes is the face of Monday Night Raw. And it's not even a question.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you can definitely have him lose here. It's probably better for the story. And Seth is not a bad first guy to lose to. Cody doesn't need to be undefeated. It's not like he's fucking, I don't know, Goldberg. Like he can lose.
Please, Wardlow.
Wardlow's absolutely not undefeated. That guy lost like 1 million times.
The guy lost his first match ever. I was there live.
Great match though.
Great match.
Cody Rhodes.
Adrenaline.
Actually, that was just Cody.
Yes. At the time, that was just Cody.
They took his name.
So I've been told. New Japan, Capital Collision, Saturday, May 14th. This will be next week, so it's a
This is
super
a weird fucking paper.
super early preview. Yeah, very
not,
weird.
I wouldn't say it's good, but I won't say it's bad either. Great top 3 matches.
Remember, what was that Okada show when he would face Buddy Matthews?
That was...
This is very similar, right? This is very similar.
It's better, but yes. Yeah. Let me take a look-see for you while you talk.
Because that wasn't Resurgence. Okada wasn't there.
It was the next one. Because Jay White lost the title.
Yeah.
Battle in the Valley.
Battle in the Valley. This show.
The card. You ready for the card?
Battle of the Valley? Just give it to me real quick.
Kevin Knight and the DKC versus Chris Bay and Hikuleo.
Great.
Josh Alexander versus Yuya Uemura.
Sure.
Brody King and Redacted versus Bateman and Mysterioso.
Brody King and Redacted.
Chris Dickinson.
Oh,
Alex Coughlin.
I legitimately was like, who the fuck is that?
No, that's fair. Oh my God, this match is literally happening. It's just different people. Alex Coughlin, Alex Zane, David Finley, Fred Ross, and Rocky Romero versus Team Filthy. That's literally happening on this show. Clark Connors and Carl Fredericks versus Cobb and TJP. Will Ospreay versus Ren Narita. That was a great match. Juice versus Moose.
Loved it. Great match.
Okada versus Buddy Matthews and Jay White versus Tomohiro Ishii. Yeah, pretty much the same exact card.
The undercard is very limited, but there's a lot of interesting stuff on this card nonetheless. Let's talk.
Big match on this card.
Top of the show. Big match. Ren Narita, Carl Fredericks. Here we go. Strap in. Get in. Click in, baby. Carl Fredericks, Ren Narita.
They couldn't get anyone interesting to face Ren Narita.
They got the first graduate of the LA Dojo versus Ren Narita, who's basically mini Shibata.
Yeah. Ren Narita should win.
He should win. He might not, but he should win. That'd be fun.
He's beaten some people.
Yeah, yes.
I mean, you could beat Carl Fredericks. This guy's future is like maybe a tag team wrestler.
Yeah, remember? I feel like everyone was super high on Carl Fredericks, and now it's just like I feel like he's kind of be honest,
kind of forgotten.
I feel like he's in that sort of Aaron Hanare, Toa Hanare phase. You know,
I mean, he can latch onto a group and make it work. I'm sure.
Yeah, that's true. Who's gonna win? Carl Fredericks.
Ren Narita.
10-man tag match. Fred Rosser, Rocky Romero, David Finlay, Tangaloa, Yuya Uemura versus Tom Lawler, Royce Isaacs, Jordan Nelson, JR Kratos, and Danny Limelight.
We were so close to having the exact same fucking match.
Yep.
What? Did you say Tangaloa?
Yes, Tangaloa.
He's here without Tamatong.
Fred Rosser, Rocky Romero.
Is Tonga not on the show?
Is Tamatong on the show? No, he is not.
What the fuck? Oh, okay. All right.
Maybe he's injured.
Sure.
Maybe he's injured. Maybe something. Yeah, who knows?
Shoot injured or storyline injured?
Storyline injured because he got taken out by Gallows and Anderson. Maybe, I don't know. But he's not out. I'm just here for Team Filthy's entrance.
Just
the best start.
Why can't you just do Lawler versus Rosser?
We've been teasing it forever. What are we doing?
It should be live.
Yeah.
You should do the title change live. I don't get it.
I don't get what they're
don't get it.
I don't get it.
Such a simple complaint by me. Here's my takeaway from this match. Everyone should watch Jon Moxley versus Tom Lawler. That is my takeaway from this match. That match fucking rocked.
There's Defy Wild Ones.
Yeah. Defy has the two best indie matches of the year. U.S. indie matches of the year in my book.
Yeah. Special singles match, Grado Khan versus Chase Owens.
Oh, I saw this and I wanted to die. Oh, they're trying to make him a thing, and I'm not talking about Grado Khan.
Well, I mean, Grado Khan has to win here, right?
You know what's funny? You know what's funny about Chase Owens? You want to hear a funny story? So I tweeted something about him and like how I can't stand him. He liked the tweet, so I blocked him. And then he blocked me. I was like, you petty little bitch. And then I unblocked him, so it looks like he's a little... Never mind.
Well, now you just told your story, so now you ruined your whole thing.
I can't stand him. Grado Khan better win.
I think he's going to win. You get Grado Khan to beat a title holder, then they can go and
I will skip this match, so you can review this next week.
Well, I'll tell you what match I'm definitely watching, and that is this 8-person tag match. Aaron Hanare, Kyle Fletcher, Mark Davis, of course, of the famous tag team.
Ozzy!
Open. Jeff Jeff Cobb versus Bad Dude Tito, Jonah, Shane Hayes, and the return of Mad Mikey Nichols.
Yeah, that's cool.
TMDK back in action.
Bad fuck Tito, whatever the fuck his name is.
Bad Dude Tito.
Oh, bad dude. Bad luck Fale, bad dude Tito. We got too many bad dudes around here. This match is probably gonna be really good. I'm looking forward.
I'm really excited for
Give me Aussie versus TMDK.
I mean, they could be leaning towards that way. I mean, they have
Aussie
there.
Jonah's left Impact, by the way.
He has, hasn't he?
Yeah. That the Monster Ball match was his last date.
Interesting.
Because they couldn't work around all his things he wanted to do.
So he just left.
Because he wants to go to Japan. So
yeah. Which
wouldn't be shocked if he gets a G1 invite.
That would be interesting. I don't know, but maybe. IWGP.
There's a spot open.
Honestly, potential match of the night here. Here we go. IWGP US Heavyweight Title match, 4-way, special 4-way.
Wait a minute. This is the main event.
This is not the main event.
Wait, what are you looking at?
I'm looking at New Japan 1972's schedule.
Damn, it's not. They don't have that as the main event anymore.
I mean, unless this is like not in order. I just assume
they're always in order.
That's what I'm saying. They're always in order.
Damn,
and they're always in order except for like isn't like sometimes they have shows that are not in order. I don't know. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is middle of the show.
Oh, this is a weird order.
Yeah. We'll get to it.
I see it now.
We'll get to it. So we got the 4-way match. Juice Robinson, Will Ospreay, Jon Moxley, Hiroshi Tanahashi. I'm saying titles change here.
Of course it is. Tanahashi's title reigns are a joke with this damn thing. It's a shame because I love him. But who wins, though? I don't think Moxley does. But I want to start by saying I love that they actually did this match. Yeah. I saw some people like, fail 4-way is messy. No, New Japan doesn't do these. So it's exciting.
Yes.
It's fun. It's different.
I think Will Ospreay. I think Will Ospreay's going to win. I think that's. I think if they want to keep. That's the.
Maybe they want to keep cucking him.
that's always the option.
You make a good point, though. Maybe that was the plan.
I feel like the plan is Will Ospreay wins here, and eventually you do Will Ospreay, Jon Moxley at
Bill
at a Forbidden Door or something.
Bill
Ospreay.
Wait a minute. You think they're going to do Moxley and him again?
Yeah, for the title.
I think they'll just do Tana versus Moxley at Forbidden Door.
If they do that,
this was their way to save it.
If they do that, then Moxley would have to win the title here, right?
No, I don't think that needs a title.
No, but it doesn't need the title. But on that Super Show of Forbidden Door, well, having the title would help, because if they don't have the title, then they might do another title thing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who Ospreay faces at that show. He's been a very interesting one.
That is also true. You would think Ospreay's on Forbidden Door, so doing Tanahashi Moxley, where's Ospreay?
Well, we do know someone's a dream match who happens to be part of the BCC.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Nick Wayne. I was like, I'm pretty sure that's happening at GCW.
Yeah, no, I could give a shit less
about that. They booked him. GCW booked him.
I know. I saw it. It's in the Providence show. I probably should go.
If they do Nick Wayne versus Ospreay, you should totally go.
Yeah, well, I have to get work off first.
Yeah. That match would slap.
Slap who?
Right. Nick Wayne, probably.
Winner, I'm picking new champion.
New champion Moxley. I don't know. I feel like it should be Ospreay, but the idea of going Moxley, then going into Dominion. Ooh, Dominion's also first before Forbidden Door. So you have to put that in perspective.
Yeah.
You could do.
Yeah. They already said that there will be a U.S. title match on that show.
You could have Ospreay win here, have the Dominion match be Ospreay Moxley. Moxley wins it. Then Tanahashi comes out afterwards, challenges Moxley for Forbidden Door. We do Tanahashi Moxley IWGP US title match.
That does play to my idea that you don't put Blackpool Combat Club in a feud on AEW television.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with Juice.
Wild card.
I think the match could be great, and I think Ospreay makes sense.
Can I ask you this? Who's taking the fall?
Probably fucking Tanahashi.
Yeah, baby.
Unless they're doing Tana versus Moxley,
mm-hmm.
I think Tanahashi.
Yeah,
which just breaks me.
That is true though. It almost feels like Juice has to take the fall, but that feels like a bad idea just because of the turn thing.
Yeah. All right, next match.
Brody King versus Minoru Suzuki.
Why? Because they said so. That's
why not? Why not?
This should be fun, right?
It should be fun. I'm okay with it.
The next match is the match of the night. I don't give a shit what anyone says.
The next match is going to be way more fun, and that's Tomohiro Ishii versus Eddie Kingston, baby.
Fire it up. Get the fireball, boom, right to the face.
I'm ready.
This is going to be great.
I'm ready.
This is just playing to the Eddie Kingston story of I fucking love the King's Road. I fucking love strong style.
Mm-hmm.
Get me in there with Tomohiro Ishii and let's just beat the shit out of each other. It's great.
I cannot wait. That should be great stuff right there.
Eddie should win.
Yeah.
Eddie should win. Eddie should also be in the G1, but Eddie should win.
Eddie in the G1. That'd be fun. I really want Eddie to win here because that would be cool. If Eddie wins here, I think his chance of being the G1 has skyrocketed.
Hear me out here. If Ospreay wins the U.S. title,
yes,
Ospreay versus Eddie Kingston
as like an in between before Dominion.
No, Forbidden Door.
Oh, Forbidden Door? No. Oh, you're saying
why not?
You're saying Tanahashi Moxley no title.
Yeah.
That's not bad. I like that.
It'd be interesting. I mean, the promos would be good.
Yeah. But yeah, that's true. That's definitely true. And
Eddie probably could bury the shit out of Ospreay. And like, you want a big babyface reaction for Eddie Kingston? There's another one.
That's true. Main event, supposedly very interesting main event. Jay White and Hikuleo versus Kazuchika Okada and Beretta. Trent Beretta. Trenty Beretti.
When they announced this match, I was like, that sucks. I mean,
like, alrighty then.
Alrighty then. Okada's going maybe 50%. Maybe. Just put a fucking t-shirt on him and call him Naito. Yeah.
I mean, it is a who cares. It's like,
yeah.
That's the
good for Trent though, huh?
Yeah, good for Trent. I guess.
Hikuleo's there.
But we say who
should have been Juice.
Should have been Juice. We say who cares, but let us also think here. We're doing.
I don't, by the way.
We're doing Jay White versus Okada at Dominion, right?
Sure are. This is the only way to build it.
So the idea would be Jay White winning, pinning Trent, pinning the AEW guy, a guy that is AEW that we didn't talk about it, but AEW completely won every single match they were involved in at that other show, whatever it was called. Fuck, what was it called? What's it called? What was that other New Japan show?
Battle in the Valley?
No, the one that just happened.
Oh, Windy City Riot.
Yeah. AEW won every single match they were involved in. So we're having Jay White beat Trent, pin
Jay
Trent.
White's literally beat Trent on AEW television.
That is true. All right. You're right. That's it. That solved my problem. Okay, there we go. Welcome. Jay White's winning, pinning Trent.
All right, good ride.
Good ride.
That show's kind of good and kind of bad.
Yeah.
They got really high highs and really low lows.
There's like 3 good matches. 3 or 4 good matches, I think. So, I don't know.
The fourth?
Ren Narita versus Carl Fredericks, I'm pretty sure.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so we'll see. I'm still excited for the show nonetheless. I was excited for Battle of the Valley, even though it was a little bit lesser, but it's still going to be exciting to see this show, Capital Collision, in my almost hometown of DC. So definitely go check it out. We've basically hit the 2-hour mark here, Scotty, but we did have Best of the Super Junior preview. Do you want to just give quick thoughts, or do you want to close it out here?
Yeah, we'll just do, you know what, we're going to try and predict the whole thing. Let's just talk night 1.
Sure, let's talk night 1. So night 1, which will be the Sunday. So when we come back for you, night 1 will have commenced. And night
probably
1
wouldn't have watched it.
It's only 5 matches for the Best of Super Juniors part. It is block, I believe this was A, where we have, here are the matches in order, by the way. We got Ace Austin versus Clark Connors. We got Alex Zane versus Yoshinobu Kanemaru.
Interesting.
That's an interesting one. That's a very interesting one. Francisco Akira versus Sho.
Ooh.
Interesting.
That's interesting.
Rusuke Taguchi versus Hiromu Takahashi.
That'll probably be very good.
And then Yo versus Ishimori.
That's the main event.
That's the main event.
Oh, Ishimori is champion. That makes sense.
Ishimori's champion. Ishimori's champion.
Yo matters, kinda, but he loses all his matches.
Well, the story going into this is very strange because at the last New Japan show, they were doing the special singles of Hiromu versus Yo, and they were just like, yeah, if Yo loses here, you'd have to think he's not necessarily might not be able to make it in Best of Super Juniors, and that's probably what he's thinking. He loses, he still makes it in. So they're teasing at least this idea of either Yo being lucky or the idea of just Yo might be on a losing streak, whereas last year he was in the finals. So that's some ideas.
Yeah, that's true. Have you seen the rest of this card? They put Wheeler Yuta with all the fucking young lions.
Really? I didn't even
in the first match.
Let's see, where is he?
I was like, "Where's Wheeler Yuta?" And
first match: Tiger Mask, Tenzan, and Wato and Eagles versus Vegeta, Oiwa, Nakashima, and Yuta.
Dick Togo and Phantasm are teaming. That's very intriguing to me because I didn't know what House of Torture was doing Bullet Club wise.
Oh yeah, no, they're all good. They're all good together.
No, I know. There's my guy. There he is.
Who are you talking about?
El Lindemann, baby.
Can we talk about that match real quick?
This is a hell of a different.
Jado?
If Jado wasn't in it, I would be amped.
I'm amped because he is in it. Jado,
if
El
we could
Lindemann,
take Taka out too, that'd be cool.
Jado, El Lindemann, and Teton versus Taka Michinoku, Doki, and El Desperado. That is an insane match. But we're not even talking about the Best of Super
More
Juniors. More
importantly, El Lindemann's in it.
Do we have any thoughts about night one of Best of Super Juniors?
Yeah, I think Ace Austin probably gets his first win there. I could see him beat Clark. Alexander versus Kanemaru could go either way. I think maybe they give it to the new guy, try to establish him early in the tournament.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Well, first off, I can see. Going back to real quickly. I can actually see Clark Connors winning.
I can see it go either way.
This would be his Japanese debut, no longer being a young lion.
Yeah, that's true.
So in his return, so I almost feel like you have Clark Connors win there. But I agree.
I'm so hyped for Ace Austin.
Can go either way, maybe. Zayn, totally think Zayn's gonna win.
Yeah.
No thoughts.
Akira has to win.
Akira versus Sho.
You're trying to establish Akira. This is his first New Japan match. I think he has to win.
I agree.
Very interesting though, because they're both heels.
They are both heels.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Akira versus Sho.
But Sho is definitely a heel.
Yeah.
Not in our book though.
Not in my heart. Not in my
heart. Hot Boy Summer.
Hot Boy Summer. Hot Boy Summer.
Everyone should know we're actually cheering for Sho here. It's just, we gotta make our predictions. We are cheering.
We gotta be fair.
Hot Boy Summer,
unbiased.
Always cheering for Hot Boy Summer. One day we're just gonna be dressed in all House of Torture stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do my makeup like Evil. It's gonna be great.
I'm gonna dress up like Dick Togo.
Yeah, that's actually the team. That's the type of team we are. We're Evil and Dick Togo.
Yeah.
You guys might think we're more of a tag team, but no, we cheat our way to the top.
We have to. You know what we should do? next time he wins a title, we should have the costumes on standby.
You're damn right he's gonna win a title.
Next time he's world champion, baby.
I'm gonna have to order a wig and a House of Torture shirt.
Yeah, get ready, Hot Boy Summer. Down. That's gonna be our new theme music. That's we previewed G1 Climax.
Sweet.
Taguchi versus Taka.
Did I give you my theory last week?
House
of Torture is going to be the baby faces when them and Bullet Club collide. Because that's my theory. Because I think they're very much loved in Japan. Big time merch sellers is that House of Torture. And I think that's a more interesting way to go, is them baby faces.
Maybe. Maybe. I don't
That way, and the road back to IWGP Evil is on if that happens.
Hot boy summer down.
More evil winning is best for business, of course.
That's true. Taguchi versus Hiromu.
It's probably gonna I think people forget Taguchi can be good.
Oh, this is the kind of match that Taguchi's going to get the slap on the back and go like, "All right, bud, get in there." You know, kill it.
Go do your thing. And he's gonna fight Hiromu. Hiromu's gonna win, but it should be fun. It should be good, and I like good wrestling, so I'm here for it.
And then Taiji Ishimori beating Yo.
Yeah.
That's it. That's day one. We'll talk. We're going to do a lot more, but we got day 2 is going to have more stuff. Day 2 is a little more interesting. Do you want to talk about day 2 real quick? I mean, just real very quick.
So we don't have to talk about.
Let me just.
Hell yeah, I do. It starts off with a fucking bang on the first match.
Let's just give you day 2 real quick. Day 2, Lindemann versus Doki. Bushi.
Hell yeah.
Bushi versus ELP. Eagles versus Yuta. Wato versus TJP.
That's a match.
And it is a match. And Teton versus Despy. That should be very interesting.
Ooh.
The fact that it's getting main event is very interesting to me.
Teton. El Lindemann and Doki should be main eventing.
Yeah.
Come on. Look at that. Look at El Lindemann. He has the most fucking vanilla picture. But you know my G-Rex champion's gonna walk in there and steal the fucking show.
Doki is the perfect person in his first match, though, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited for Best of Super Juniors. Yes. Yes.
Before we get off, have you seen this GLEAT show that's happening?
No. Is that the one with Shingo?
Oh, it's not only Shingo. You ready for the? Do you know who Shingehiro Irie is? Yep. Oh yeah, you do. You watched
WXW?
Yeah. So he's fighting El Lindemann for the belt. So that's gonna be great.
Yeah. All right.
But we got Hayato Tamura versus Hiroki fucking Goto.
What the fuck?
The New Japan GLEAT relationship is strong. By the way, it's pronounced great, but I'm going to call it GLEAT forever.
It's GLEAT.
Yeah. It's GLEAT forever. As I said last week, New Japan working with the good Lidet company now. The one that's owned by it now, instead of that shit bag that's called Pro Wrestling Noah.
We should send House of Torture over to GLEAT. Hot boy summer. Down.
Hot boy. This is gonna be every week until summer ends. So get ready.
Get ready.
Hot boy summer.
Now.
They bring the torture.
That's it for this show. Let's get out of here.
What's your match of the week?
Match of the week. I'm gonna do Riho versus Yuko Sakazaki. Owens Hart Foundation Women's Tournament qualifying match. I thought that match was fan-freaking-tastic. Great Riho return match. Glad Yuka was stolen away for Golden Week for this one match, because why not? Loved it. Great match. Oh, and also you can find me on Twitter at Ryan Knightsey on Twitter.
Kai versus Susumu Yoka.
Look, you can only have it be your match of the week if you can pronounce the names of the wrestlers.
Okay, well he changes because he lost. He's now Susumu Mochizuki. So fuck you. That was great. Main event of Dragon Gate Dead or Alive. Absolutely fantastic. You just kind of need to know the very little basis of the story. Very emotional ride. Great stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bug.
Very good. Thank you.
Follow me at Scotty Wrestling.
Thank you, everybody, for listening to this week's episode of Ring Post Radio.
Hot boy summer.
We'll be back all new next Sunday.
They bring the torture.
You can follow the show at Count Pod. If you want to leave a review,
Evil Dated Io Shirai.
Leave a review at iTunes, Spotify, 5 stars. We really appreciate it.
Show uses a wrench. And then there's Dick Togo. And Yujiro. Cause it's hot boy summer.
Hot boy summer.
Hot boy summer.
A hot boy summer.
So long, everybody.